Okay. So, hello, this is Kathy Hampton coming to you from Wellside Retreats. And Wellside Retreats is a transformational destination retreat and life coaching service. I'm a transformational life coach, and I help women move away from what no longer serves them and move toward what will serve them well. Today I have a special guest collaborating with Kiya Wilson today, and Kiya is we know each other from a class, from a YouTube success class that we've taken together, and Kiya got my attention because of what she does, and what she does has to do with health and fitness. And when I say health, body health, I usually talk about the mind and the spirit. And I haven't been talking about the body so much. And I stopped to think about that. And I had to reach out to Kiya because I was experiencing some problems with what I consider body problems. I was gaining weight and wasn't sure how to I needed help. And so I reached out to Kiya, and Kiya helped me out. So, I'm going to continue to work with her. I'll let you know that. But I wanted to bring her on so that she could speak to um, us women of a certain age about, and when I say that, usually women my age, 50 and over. I'll be the big 60 in a few days. So and I want to feel better. I want my body to feel better. My mind is fine. I'm not, I'm very hopeful, and that's not what's bothering me. It's my body that's bothering me. And I believe that it has to do with what I'm eating and how I'm moving or not moving. So I reached out to Kiya to come on to talk to us about herself, as well as how she is helping women in her area of expertise. So enough about me. But I will ask you, if this is the first time that you have seen my channel or seen me speak on YouTube, and you like what I'm talking about, and I usually talk about wellness of the body, mind, and spirit, not so much about body yet. Um, and you like what I have to say, please do me a favor and like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. If you see this, of course, on replay, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and I can get back to you if you have any questions. So, Kiya, tell us about you. And this is Kiya Wilson.
Hi, Kathy. First, let me thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. And I would like to say hello to your audience, all of the lovely ladies out there. You know, this is a long journey for me. I have been a registered nurse for over 16 years. I didn't start out wanting to be a nurse, but I think it called to me. And wow, I am so happy that it did. It has been such a joy to be able to offer support and caring to, hundreds of people in my local area as a nurse. And so I'm happy to have had that opportunity. I decided that, seeing patients in the hospital is one thing. But when people came to me, they were, they had chronic conditions. They had been, in a situation where it was sometimes too late for them to do anything to reverse the conditions that they had. And so I thought to myself, if I knew this person 5 or 10 years ago, I could have helped them maybe avoid the situation that they were in when they came to see me then. And so I set out on a mission, and this was way back in 2010. I set out to do something about it. I started working to become a personal trainer. And, you know, it's always been my goal to help people to wellness, help people to eat better, to move more, and not necessarily going to the gym, but just move your body more. And I think that doing that helps to decrease the risk for disease, helps, you know, lower your mortality rate, which means, you know, how long you're going to live. We all want to live as long as we possibly can. But the key is not only that, but to have a quality of life that, you know, that we enjoy. So that was what I decided to do. And that's kind of where my nursing career took me. And here I am now. I am a health and fitness coach. I am very happy to be one. I left my nursing career behind, and I have gone full-time as a health and fitness coach because I believe that this is where I can do the most good. I'll tell you also, Kathy, I had my own journey, my own health journey, and it wasn't too long ago. I had been in a situation where I stopped eating well. I was a runner. I've been a runner for over 20 years, and I stopped running. I went to graduate school, and I was working full time. I had 2 kids, and I just kind of stopped taking care of myself to take care of all of these other things. You know, you have so much on your plate, something's got to go. And unfortunately, it was the exercise, it was the meal planning, and takeout was very easy, especially when you have a million things on your plate.
That's right.
And so I gained 75 pounds in a short period of time. In less than 4 years, I gained 75 pounds. I felt awful. I remember I took a trip to Paris and with a girlfriend of mine, and I'm going to say bless her heart, because bless her heart. I was probably not the nicest person on that trip. I got sick because, again, I wasn't taking care of myself. So I got the flu, and this is pre-COVID. I was heavier, and because I gained so much weight in such a short period of time, my body didn't have an opportunity to acclimate to that weight. So my joints hurt, my feet hurt. I couldn't walk really long distances. And so I had to catch the metro or a taxi to, you know, everywhere I wanted to go, because after going a couple blocks, I was short of breath, or, you know, I just couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
I got blisters. It was awful. It wasn't a great trip. It was my first trip to France. You know, I've been dreaming about this since I was a kid, and, you know, my health was in the way. It affected my ability to enjoy my time there. And that's kind of when I started to say to myself, something has to happen. I can't continue on this path. I knew what to do to get better. I mean, I was a runner. I always ate well. I never had that problem before. And here I was, you know. So, you know, ladies out there, we know, most of us know what to do.
That's right.
Know how to do it. Sometimes, you know, either life gets in the way, our mindset gets in the way, you know, challenges of life. We just push that need to get healthy, to get fit aside, because it's not a priority, and it really should be, because that is what fuels you. That is what moves you. That is what keeps you going. Yeah. And so I am doing everything that I can now as a health and fitness coach to make it possible for other women to come out of that. You know, I've come out of that 75-pound weight gain. And it was challenging, but it's possible. And I want to help other women to do that for themselves.
Well, great. Thank you for sharing that story. I had no idea. I know that on some of the literature you pass out, and even your, I receive your newsletter, your email, and you talk about, you know, needing to lose 20 pounds, but I didn't know that you were a runner. That's amazing. Yeah. I wanted to be a runner once upon a time. I just like I wanted to be a whole bunch of other things too, but that didn't happen. What struck me about what you just said, a number of things. You want to help people before it gets too late for them. Not being able to reverse, their condition. And that has actually been the focus of in my mind about my body, is that I need to get my body back together before it's too late. And then the other thing was lowering, our mortality. I've had a lot of transitions in a short period of time. And I was married for, 30 years. And after that happened, I kept on saying, wow, I was married for that long. And time is so short. And I now have to get back on this path. What am I going to do with the rest of this time? Because your life is one way, 1 minute, and then it changes. I was in a career field that wasn't fulfilling. And I made that change. I made the switch, and I'm still, making that switch, but it's now time to enjoy the time that I do have. And my 3-month sabbatical in Portugal in 2022, I knew that I was going to have to walk up lots of hills. I was going to do lots of walking. I, got new boots to wear that were sturdy and strong. Wrong shoes. They were prettier than they were functional. I had some old tennis shoes that worked fine. But what I realized on that sabbatical was that I wasn't fit. I wasn't fit. I couldn't climb up the hills where I thought I was going to be able to. And I dreaded the hills because once you go down, you have to come back up.
Right.
And so I was, that really bothered me. And I think it was probably, I'm going to say the third or fourth day, I stopped at a drugstore and I said, I need something for my knees and my back. I wonder if they have anything. Well, as I was going into the drugstore, there was this bus stop that had this huge sign on the bus stop windows for this cream called Voltaren or Voltaren or something. It was a cream for achy joints.
Okay.
That you would rub, and I went in, I said, I need something because my knees are sore. And this young lady said, here, everyone uses this.
Did it smell like Bengay?
Yeah, like Bengay. She said, everyone uses this here. And I said, I'll take it. And I think it cost me about 17 euro. It wasn't cheap. They sell it here in the United States, but I wasn't familiar with it. Most recently, as of probably 2 days ago, I saw an advertisement for this same cream here in the States. And she says, you only use it twice a day. And so evidently people are misusing it.
Okay.
But because I felt my joints being but see, the real truth is my joints were achy before I got there. So it was time before that I needed to lose weight. And I will say, when I came back from Portugal, I ended up gaining more weight. I don't know how much I weigh now. I wouldn't tell anybody anyhow, but I'm overweight. But one of the things that I know is that I can lose weight if I stick my mind to it. what I don't want to do is this roller coaster. I want to get to the healthy weight and stay there. Because the last time I was at the healthiest weight was, this is really sad to say, I'm being totally candid and honest, was after before I was expecting my first child. And I was 28, going on 29 at the time. So it's about time now. And I also realized that I'm more successful in losing the weight and eating better when I am doing it with someone or with a group. I love Zumba. I love to dance, and I love being in a classroom setting, or a buddy, a walking buddy, or someone who I can share that energy with. We're on a mission. So, do you find that? I guess the question. I have a couple questions. And do you find that people? How is your coaching with one-on-one? Do you, or have you been able to coach in groups or one-on-one in particular? What do you find to be the results for that?
So I'll start off. I'll make a couple comments on what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Losing weight is not easy. We sometimes gain weight and find ourselves in a comfortable position, and life kind of takes over, and we just go about our day, and weight takes a back seat. Mm-hmm. Losing weight, as I've said before, is, we all know how to do it. 80 to 90% of it is mindset. And one of the reasons why working out with a friend or having someone to help keep you accountable is so effective is because it's all right up there. It's all in your head. And the goal that I try to help my clients to achieve, either one-on-one or group coaching, is to be able to become that accountability person for yourself, because that's really the only way that it's going to stay off. You have to learn how to have a better relationship with food, how to incorporate activity into your life so that it's not like, oh, I have to do this. It just happens to be a part of your life. You don't go into the bathroom and say, oh, I have to brush my teeth. Do I have time to brush my teeth today, or don't I? You don't say that. You go to the bathroom and you brush your teeth in the morning. Right. So you have to incorporate these things into your life, make them habits, make them a part of your lifestyle. And when you do that, when you understand, because you're changing your mindset, you're recognizing that, food is not bad. If I want to have a hamburger, if I want to have a slice of pizza, it's okay. It's not a bad food. I don't need to feel guilty about that. That's when you start making changes that last. That's when you get in a position where you're able to maintain any weight loss that you have. That's why those quick fix weight loss plans, and they don't work. And even if they're not quick fix, if you're just working to lose weight and you're not working on your mindset, which again is 80 to 90% of it, then you're going to gain the weight back. It's just as simple as that, because you haven't changed your thinking around food. You haven't changed your thinking around activity. So once that 3-month period ends, or once you see the number on the scale that you're happy with, in your mind, it was just something temporary until you got to that goal, right?
Right.
It's not something that you're like, okay, this is something that's going to last forever. I'm doing this forever. We're not setting a time limit to it. So that's what I coach to.
Okay.
Mindset is the key ingredient in my coaching. It's what I focus on the most, especially when I do group coaching. My group coaching has a lot to do with, with the program that I have, there's a lot of education that goes into it. But the actual coaching that we do via Zoom call has to do with, okay, let's talk about what's going on. And I have my clients share, and we share together in a group. So because what you're experiencing is something that someone else is experiencing, and they're going to learn from your challenges. They're going to learn from your growth. And so I think that group coaching is exceptional. I think there's also a benefit to have a one-on-one component with that as well. And I do only one-on-one coaching, but I do see, even better benefits with group coaching.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. I prior to that first child that I had gained weight and never had gained a significant amount of weight. But I was younger. I was in law school. I was studying and I was working, and I gained this weight. And I decided I can't do this anymore. So I joined, the famous WW.
I did that too.
You did?
I did.
I joined that. My mother had done it once before. And I said, she lost weight. She did really good. She did really well. And she kept it off for many, many years. So I did that and I worked out. I think I did go to the gym, but I walked from school to work also. I lived in Baltimore. Okay. And I walked from my school to the courthouse downtown to get my exercise. And I ended up losing that weight. It was 25 pounds. Okay. I did really good. And I looked so cute. And I was wearing, it was great. All of a sudden, I must have looked too cute because I got pregnant. And after that, it was like, 2.5 years later, another child, and here the weight is, fluctuating, and I have not gotten back to that weight where I was before. And I don't want it to be too late. So I'm on a mission because it's something that I actually journaled about. And when I write things down and I write them out and stuff, it may not have been a food diary at that time, but I wrote this out in the order in which I've written things out. That was actually, I'm going to say, the second to the last things that I want to accomplish. And that is, and to sustain a healthy, toned body. And that should have been the number one on the list of, I think 10 different things that I wanted and that happened in 2012, that I wrote I have this diary entry or a journal entry of all of the things that I wanted to accomplish. So here I am back on that. And I know that, and I have here with me my trusty 5-day challenge. And I wrote in and I kept my food diary. And I will say that I think I lost a half a pound or 1 pound during that challenge. And I said, God, I want to stay on this. And I did not. And I said to you, I think I'm going to be able to do it myself. Yeah, I think I need some assistance. I've been walking more, and I have been doing my yoga, but that I need to do more. I need to do more. And that's what I think is the beauty of having a coach like you, is to tell me what the more is. What more do I need to do? How do I ramp this up and make this a sustainable thing? One of the newsletters that I received from you, I really liked, and it said, create outcomes, not goals. And I really love that. So how do it's just like a true mind switch,
Right.
about goals. Can you talk about that?
Sure. So when you're setting a goal, you are you're thinking about all of the things that you need to do to get there.
Okay.
You're planning for the goal in
Right.
that creation of the goal. When you think about it as an outcome, you're thinking about it as something that's already happened. The planning is already completed. This is where you're going to be. This is the end step. And so when you think about, okay, this is where I'm going to be, instead of where do I need to go and what do I need to do to get there?
Yeah.
Um, it just changes your perception of how to reach that
Yeah.
outcome.
That outcome. Yes, I love that. So if you're watching this, I'm going to have Kia's information so that you can receive her newsletters and her social media. I love that you are on Instagram and very active on there, and you're taking us through a journey. I really appreciate your what you do on
Thank you,
Instagram
Kathy.
and your newsletters. Very useful information. So I'll put that information. Yeah, I really like that. And the other thing that I really like, where is it?
I just want to add that I really appreciate you for that.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to say that um, as a nurse, as a woman, as a mother, it's as a Black woman as well. It's really important, I think, to get information out there, information that's relevant to what's going on in our lives, information that will help us make decisions that are beneficial to us, information that is factual, information that you know that we can use to work towards hitting our outcomes.
Yeah.
And so I always strive to put out information that is peer reviewed, information that is relevant. And I encourage people to, reach out to me. Even if you're not ready to work with me, if you have questions, if you have, if you've heard of something and you kind of want some feedback on what it's about, or maybe you're not sure and you want, I can help you through that. I want to help you through that because, again, there's a lot of information, from various sources. It's important to be able to get the right information. And we're
Yes.
talking about our health here. And, you can hurt yourself if you don't do it right. I've seen people hurt themselves, they've come into the hospital and I don't want you there. So if you have any questions, I'm willing to do what I can to help you through whatever challenges you're having.
Yes. Yes. So I think that's a really good point, because a lot of times I hear my mother would say, and other people I know, I went to the doctor, or I need to ask somebody about this, or I don't believe I've gotten all the information that I need, because something's not working right, or this medication isn't working right, or and so I appreciate you for saying that. A lot of times, our bodies are such are so complicated.
Yes.
When I sit back, and I've been, I get a little achy, and I think, well, maybe I just need to go and ask the questions. And that's why I believe it's so important for people not to skip any type of, physical or health thing, and not trying to diagnose their own case, um, we can't. I know when we fuss about the our health and medical system, but but you can find answers somewhere. And I think that's really important that you stated that your information is factual that you put out. And I found that really to be something that I respected when I took your challenge, was that the information you had, there were footnotes, or there were things that we could question, and yeah, it was a really good challenge. So I appreciate you for saying that.
Thank you.
There was another question that I don't think I have it here. Healthy relations with food, smarter and healthier.
Well, also because I work with women who are generally over the age of 30, 40, 50, 60 as well. I encourage talking to your doctor.
Okay.
Asking questions when you go in there. This is the time where we do start to see, maybe our blood pressure is creeping up, or maybe, you're pre-diabetic, or there are any number of things that as you get older, you'll notice your health, maybe, your risk increases, maybe your blood work is showing something that's of concern to your doctor, and you want to work with someone like me who can help you either minimize that risk to maybe even, people who are pre-hypertensive have the ability to even reverse some of that condition. Talking with your doctor, asking questions, and, we go to the doctor. We don't always ask the question.
Yes, that's right.
We get home, we think, oh, why didn't I ask that? Or what did he mean by this? I can help people work through that.
Right.
Having worked in healthcare, I know the questions that you need to ask. And it's important that you do ask them, especially because it is your health. It's important that you know those answers.
Yes. As of was it yesterday or is it today? Get my days mixed up, but I received I got blood work done last week, and I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, what they're going to tell me. But they told me the same thing they tell me every time. My blood work tells me that my cholesterol is a little elevated. This report said it was elevated, not just a little. And also I needed more vitamin D. And because we all, Black people or people of color need more vitamin D. And I've been taking my vitamin D, I thought, but the elevation of the cholesterol, when she said that very plainly, instead of not slightly, and the doctor would like to see you next week for an appointment. And I was like, oh my gosh, I thought I was doing better, and that's my only issue. Those are my only issues as far as those lipid, the blood tests are concerned, the ones that she has done. And I know family history, and luckily I have none of the things that are commonly in my family. On one side of the family, it's both blood pressure and diabetes. On the other side, it's blood pressure and colon cancer. So I had been screened earlier. So, I know about all of these things. I care for these things, but no one in my family, I shouldn't say no one, not too many people in my family are overweight. There are a few of us who are, but my mother and father, they have never been overweight. I think it's their lifestyle. And yeah, me and my younger sisters, yeah, we're a little overweight. One sister works on that, and the other one tries. But yeah, we can't go out like this. So yeah, I'm gonna do better. I have to do better. That is my outcome. My outcome, right? Yeah, exactly. I get my outcomes together on that one. So, so are you running, Kiya? Have you picked up running, or you just
Well,
walk?
I've actually, when I had my weight gain, I actually tried to run with all of that extra weight, and I injured my knee. And so it's been difficult getting back into running. And I found that it's not as enjoyable to me now as it was. What
Mhm.
is more enjoyable and is hiking. And
Yes.
I've been a hiker since I was in grade school.
Yeah.
So I think I was like sixth or seventh grade. I started, um, and I said, you know what, I can't run, so I'm going to just hike more.
That's right.
And hike more, I have been doing. It's completely taken over the run. That's kind of why I put Kiya reRuns as
Oh,
my
okay.
tag, because I stopped running and I wanted to restart.
Yeah.
But I found that um, I am ready for a new chapter, and it's hiking for me. I really enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And, it's a lower impact on my joints.
Yeah.
And I can go farther. I can spend more time um, in reflection and being present. I just find it so rewarding.
Yes.
I will run every now and again, but certainly not like I used to. I mean, I was running like I was doing half marathons and 25Ks.
Okay.
I actually planned to do a 50K at one point, but not interested in doing that anymore. I am more interested in hiking. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Good. Good. I enjoy hiking also, hiking and long walks. But
Mhm.
I really I did start doing some hiking. So I thought I was going to be fine when I got to Portugal. No, I was not. But I did something. You talk about the running when you're too heavy. Well, I experienced that after my second child. I
Mhm.
decided that I was going to start training for the Marine Corps Marathon.
Ah.
Yeah. So, and I would go to, I would go down to get trained, do the training and all of this stuff. And I had a doctor's appointment before that. It was a physical and I told her what I was doing.
Mhm.
And she said, I wish I had talked to you before
Oh
you
no.
signed up for this and the training. See, this is where, you think you could just, well, I hurt my knees, and they've never been really the same
Mhm.
because I was too heavy to truly run. And I would love to run because, and I finished it, but I almost crawled to the finish line. Me and a
Oh.
97-year-old woman.
Wow.
Yeah, she was
That's amazing.
97 years old and she was still running.
Good for
So
her.
so my performance was as good as a 97-year-old woman on my with my weight and the lack of experience in running.
Mhm.
So the things you do, but I
But
still
you
hope I
remembered, it was a great experience,
yeah,
and
yeah. And I won't do another one until I'm I lose this heavier weight. I
mhm.
shouldn't say I won't do it. I would love to run. I love the feeling of running, just as you said. But there
It's
are other things
important
I
not
could
to
do.
do it too fast,
That's
um,
right.
not to go too far too fast,
Yeah.
or too soon. You wanna
Or too
build
soon.
up
Yes.
to
Yes.
distance.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And so, you learn and you make mistakes, but I hope that what what you're sharing and my experiences that I'm sharing, I hope that it speaks to someone out there who, has been experiencing kind of a roller coaster
Mhm.
effects of being either overweight or not eating properly or not eating to fit their body's needs.
Right.
I hope you get something from it. that is the goal for me wanting to share Kiya with you. I really would like that you did that, that you do consider either working with Kiya or working with someone who can help you or asking for help. I think a lot of times we don't ask for help, or we make assumptions and about things and without clarity and get the real facts. So I hope this is helpful to you all who are watching. So Kiya, tell everyone where they can find you or get in touch with you, and I will also put that information in the description box so that you can get that information.
Sure. Well, you can find me here on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. It's Kiya reRuns, and if you go back, it actually chronicles my weight loss journey. I from the very beginning, the 75 pounds, and I think it goes on to where I lost over 50 pounds. And you can also reach me on Instagram at Kiya reRuns. Basically, all of my social media profiles are at Kiya reRuns.
Okay.
Kiya Wilson, feel free to friend me. I'd love to have you as a friend. And yeah, I'll give Kathy some links. If you'd like to work with me, you can schedule a discovery call. I'll have my email address, all of that good information I'll hand over to Kathy.
Okay, well, great. Well, I've really enjoyed us talking today together. And if you are out there and you've been going through any trepidation about how you're feeling, please know that there are resources out there for you, and you're not alone. There's no shame in the game. Just know that there's help for you. There's help for body, mind, and spirit out there for you. So thanks so much again, Kiya. And Kiya, you stick right there, and I'm gonna end the recording. But we'll be in touch soon on another video. Thanks for joining us and watching today. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. I appreciate your support. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.